Hi guys, it's Chris here with selfmadenewbie.com, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to very quickly outline an image. As well as that, I'm going to take you through a formula that I use for my own thumbnails to make something easy and something that pops. So before we do, drop a like, subscribe, and turn on that bell if you want to be updated with new videos coming out that are going to help you to find success online. So I'm going to use Photoshop for this, and what you first need to do is bring an image in. So you can drag an image into Photoshop and it will automatically just come up. The first thing you want to do is go up the top here to select and just go down to subject, and that will basically identify the subject for you. Come down here to add mask, and there you have it. Okay, if you want to make some tweaks, you can come over to here to the quick selection tool and ensure that you have the plus button, the plus selected on the top there, and you can come in and make kind of minor adjustments if it hasn't masked everywhere that you want it. If you hit the minus, that's going to cut out areas. So let's say I want to cut out the top of my shoulder here, and then I mask it, you know, that'll be gone. Okay, so really your best bet is to do just select and subject. So down the bottom right here again, I'm going to add that mask. Then over here you can see the layer. Now we're going to double click on this, or you can also right click and go to blending options. Then we're going to come to outer glow. Now I'm just going to make this more clear for you by just creating a square behind it so you can see what it looks like more clearly. So we're going to go outer glow there, and I already have mine set up. So you have some settings in there. I would recommend blend normal, opacity 100, noise 0, spread. You can play around with these settings and have the size kind of as much as you want it. You can do softer or precise. If you want to add a little bit more dimension, go to drop shadow. You can see I have, if I just alternate between having it and not having it, it just adds a little bit more dimension to it there. I chose yellow. Here I have pink, and you can copy the settings there as well. Linear dodge, and my size is about 150. Okay, so to add a little bit more dimension there. So what you want to do is go File, Export, Quick Export as PNG, and you know, wherever you save it. Now if you want to do text, it works kind of in a similar way. So I'm just going to go New. I have background here. I'm going to double click that. And here you have the opacity. I'm going to take that down to 0. That makes my image transparent. Then I'm going to do text here. This is a test. Just drag that into the middle there. And double click there, or right click and blending options. My outer glow again. This time I'm going to change the color to maybe a blue. Adjust the size to how much you want it. Click OK. I'm also going to crop this using this crop tool here, and just bring it in. And once you've brought it into where you want it, hit enter, and we're going to export that in the same way. So we're going to head over to Canva here, and we have really two of the main elements that we need. So I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way here. So the way I like to set up my thumbnails is really have my text and my image first off. So I forgot to get rid of that rectangle, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to export this again because I do want transparency. Replace it. Back to Canva, and I'm just going to drag those into Canva. And you can see kind of the format of how I like to do things, okay? So the first thing I do is I grab a relevant image to what I'm talking about. So the last video I talked about was YouTube rankings. So I'm gonna bring in something about YouTube rankings. I probably just Googled YouTube rankings and then hit images and search Google images. Then what I do is I put a square over it. So I just use a square in Canva. I create an element, square, put the square over the top. I come up to the top here for a transparency. That's 0 transparency, that's 100, so you can't see it. So I put it on about 80, and that makes it so that you can see there's an image there, but I've made it dark enough so my text will pop. So I'm going to come to the uploads here. And I've also got a black border I like to put on. So I'm going to put that there. And I have my image. It's really not, this is just a test image. It's really not the kind of image I want to use. Let me invert that so I'm looking at least in the direction of the picture. And then my text. Now, I'm using a black kind of theme, a black kind of background, so my blue outline on the text is not really popping that well. Maybe I should have used yellow or something else. But this is kind of, the format that I use. Here's another example down here. So depending on what colors you're using for your background of your main image, you want to think about what kind of outline you want on your image. But that's essentially how to do it on both image and text. All right, guys, so if you found value in this video, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.